how much it helped you to work with Justin Allen this offseason?
All season, well, during this COVID, during this pandemic, I just he gave me an opportunity to just train, and that's what I've been doing, outside and working on my quickness, working on my speed, strength, just a little bit of everything. He's great, he's young and he's just energetic, he pushes me, and he's been doing it for a couple of years now, and he did an unbelievable job.
What's good, Justin?
What's up with your boys?
How doing? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
We good. Appreciate you coming on, man. I know you be super busy, dog. For real, I appreciate that, dog.
No, I'm definitely appreciate the opportunity.
For sure.
This is, my boy. This Malik Wilson, the co-host, the man that runs the thing behind the scenes, everything, man.
Most definitely.
So just wanted to get you.
Nice meeting you too.
So yeah, we just wanted to get you on, just talk about everything, man. If we could just start, just talk about your upbringing into how you were brought up, family wise and everything.
I had a crazy upbringing, man. I was actually for the first couple of years of my life raised by my grandparents because my parents couldn't afford to take care of all of us. Then my grandfather put me on a bus, brought me back to Houston. I started to live with my mom, and my dad was in the military. And then he ended up getting out of the military a couple of years later, man. So grew up like that, struggling young. It carried on into middle school, high school. So we were homeless at first, and so that's where a lot of the hunger, the fight, and that passion comes from. Wanting to help others. Because I know where we came from and actually had to experience it. That led me going through high school playing ball. Blessed to be able to go to college, switch to football, played New Mexico State. And after my career and the injuries, that same burning passion to help others, it was in me, man. And it led me to wanting to be a trainer. I always wanted my own gym growing up during the midst of the struggle. I wanted my own gym so I can be able to help the youth and help the community. And like I said, I got the injury at New Mexico State, started helping some of my teammates while I was on crutches on the sidelines. I started to see everything different, man. And I just wanted to be different. And it took off from there. Ended up coming back to Houston. And the rest has really spoken for itself. Been able to meet some great people I've been able to work with, help, that have helped me. So that's a little bit of the background and how I got to become a trainer and be where I am today.
For sure. And you talk about injuries. Can you kind of elaborate on the injuries that you endured?
I actually had 7 surgeries. Most of them weren't sports related, but the crazy thing was it sounds like, dang, it must have been brutal. It really wasn't. It was just crazy things, life. You know what I'm saying? Really only had 2 sports injuries. I was born with a hip condition that took me out. Everything else was just being a kid, being a child, man, trying to live without fear. So injuries, man, that's why I'm big on that with the clients that I work with, and the athletes as well. I try to teach the general fitness that they're an athlete, they're athletes as well. They got to take care of their body, whether they drive trucks, move boxes, doctors, lawyers. You want to be in the best shape for the people that you're working with, and to be an example for others around you. So that's first and foremost at the facility for us is trying to keep everybody healthy and teach them the proper way to take care of their body.
Definitely.
For sure.
And just
you speak about. Go ahead.
You can go ahead. Knock it out.
Oh, I know you said like the injuries that brought you to like training, wanting to help others. Me and you got like a mutual friend. I played football with Ollie at EMCC, and I already know. Yeah, and I already know how he was back then. So he could just speak on that training process and like helping Ollie get through all the adversity he was going through. Cause trust me, I know how Ollie was back in the day.
Oh man, Ollie was just misunderstood. He was just misunderstood. That's really all it was. Nobody ever took the time to really get to know him. They you know what I'm saying, they judged him off of how he was, and to be honest with you, how he was all he knew. And so when I met him, he changed my life. It was hard work to get him to understand sometimes, but once he understood, like, it made it that much more worth it. And watching him willingly put in the work to be a better person, a better man, a better teammate, a better athlete, like, there's nothing else like I could have asked for him to do. Football is just a bonus, man. I used to tell him all the time, like, you're more than just a football player. And the process and the opportunity to be able to work with him, it was all mental. Getting him to understand that, man, and actually listening to him to see where the miscommunication was coming from. And once I got to sit down and listen to his story, we had a similar story, and I was just letting him know, like, everybody's not going to understand your pain. Everybody's not going to understand what you've been through because they're not you. They haven't experienced what you've experienced. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and you got to be able to you got to be able to remove self from situations and look at others around you, and then just teach them how to accept coaching. He's a respect me how I respect you type guy. So just had to teach him, like, everybody's not you. So everybody's not going to give the same energy that you give off, give the same love that you give, or treat you according to how you treat them. So just had to just those little things, man. Teaching them the basics and helping them get on his feet, man. Actually helped me more than anything, because I got to see it again. I got to experience it, and watching him grow inspired me to want to be better at everything that I do.
Definitely. And I was taking those characteristics and figuring out other people around you, that definitely grows you as a person and what makes you as a person, especially as a black man. We already have like a disadvantage of being black in general. So it's cool what you're doing. But can you talk about some of the other people that you may have trained and have met throughout your?
I think one of the most let me see, how do I say this? One of the most genuine people I ever met, Josh Huff. It was probably 6 months into me being a trainer, man, that flood that last came. I lost my car, I lost my apartment. Josh Huff actually had former third-round pick to the Eagles. He had just got released, and he was coming to work out. We built a little relationship, and I lost everything, man. And he opened up his doors, allowed me to stay on his couch. And the objective was he was giving me the opportunity to get back on my feet, and that turned into, like, that's like my brother now. I was still training, like, nobody knew what I was going through. I mean, we would wake up, train 2 or 3 times a day. My objective was to help him get back on the NFL roster, and we worked for months and months, and he ended up signing with the Saints. By the time it was time for him to report to the Saints, man, I had my own gym, and I was taking over the lease of the apartment. But Josh will always be one of my favorites, man, because before he even knew who I was, like, the heart that he has, he just wanted to help, and I wanted to help him just as much to get his opportunity to play the game of football again, but he didn't have to do what he did, and like I said, he ended up going back to the Saints, and I took over the lease of the apartment, ended up getting on my feet, getting a car, getting my own spot eventually, and Josh is playing professional ball again, so I think that was probably another one that was that meant a lot working with.
You feel like that that platform of just Last Chance You helping you with your business and training others, meeting other athletes. How you feel like that helped you to get where you are today?
I think it allowed people to see that this is who I really am. I'm a genuine guy, right? And I love to help people. I mean, I'll give my last to see somebody else happy, see somebody else live out their dreams, put them in position to be able to do so. That's just how everything I've been through. That gives me peace, being able to help others. And sometimes we need our reminders, man. We're human. We spend so much time focusing on trying to help others that, you know what I'm saying, sometimes we'll get off track a little bit, but you gotta understand that once you get off track and you can mentally understand that you're not where you're supposed to be, you gotta once you get back on track, that the focus is moving forward. And that's what I try to teach everybody every day. A lot of people get caught up in the little things, the distractions, and that's all it is. So I think the last chance you thing is it just was like, okay, like he really means this. He really means well. It's not just another guy trying to earn money training. They see that I'm actually trying to make an impact, and it's all love.
Sure.
Would you say that makes a good trainer?
Everybody's different. I believe anybody can be a trainer. It's not hard to pick up a book and learn the skill. Like, seriously, anybody can be a trainer. But I believe that the great trainers can remove self and understand that this is a business to help change the world. And a lot of people get into it for money. A lot of people get into it and create competition. But I believe that if you do it for those two reasons, that the purpose of your purpose is focused on the wrong thing. I think the purpose should be the people and to help the people. And I feel like that's what separates the good from the great and the great from the good, because they're not thinking about self-gratitude or what they can gain from each client. They're thinking about what we can give and help them reach their full potential.
So how does it feel like to see James Harden in the bubble doing what he's doing now, and then for you to be a part of his story?
I mean, it's exciting, man. It's another opportunity, another blessing. He came week in and week out to put in the work. Everything he wanted to improve on, that's what we attacked. And I had disconnected.
Oh no, you're good. I thought
You
we all thought it was on our end. We had a going on.
No, it's all good. No, it's all good.
Could you kind of talk about your relationship with James? Like, how did that whole connection come about? Like,
man, I literally got a text message from his manager, and he was just saying that James was interested in training. Like I said, I had an interview a couple of weeks ago, and I was letting him know I thought it was a joke at first, because I had never talked to James. So I was like, all right, So he was like, we're gonna come whatever day we had scheduled, and so they ended up showing up, and I was like, oh, this is real. And so basically, he had seen some of the work that I did with some of the football players, and he had, had him about me, of course, in the city, and he liked everything he seen, liked everything he heard, so he wanted to give it a try. And from day one, we've been rocking ever since. And so I had the opportunity to fly out to Phoenix and Miami with him to continue working with him. And I'm excited to work with him after he puts on this show in the bubble.
You got them winning the whole thing, the Rockets?
Oh, man, bias for sure. Definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
Okay, I feel that. Yeah. But correct me if I'm wrong, but your brother plays in the NFL? Is that true?
Yeah, my brother's Dwayne Allen.
He still is. What team is he on currently right now?
He's a free agent.
Free agent. Okay. How has he helped you along this way? Anything, advice, tips, just reminders, anything? How has he been a staple in your journey?
He was tough on me, man. He didn't give me anything. That's how he helped me. He didn't give me anything. He didn't handicap me. He didn't make the path easy for me to get to where I am. He intentionally wanted me to do it because he knew I could do it without him. So he didn't give me anything financially. He barely gave me advice. He didn't train with me. He would tell some of his teammates that were here, like, you know what I'm saying, like let him, you know what I'm saying, like he's good friends with Hop. You know what I'm saying. He didn't let me get the easy way, so I had to earn it.
Definitely.
I had to earn it, so I love it. I think it was the best decision. I didn't understand it at all times, but now I'm like, man, I'm glad you did that because, I mean, I was able to get it out the mud, and now I feel like there's nothing I can't accomplish. I feel like I done experienced the worst of the worst. So I feel like I started from the bottom before, I can do it again. And that's what my mindset is with each and every different business that I have started since the gym.
For sure. Heck yeah.
But I say all that, but he does support me. He loves and supports me. It's just.
I was gonna say,
for sure.
That was a little harsh. Like.
No. It's all love, though. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. It's all love. Like it's all love. Like I wouldn't have had it any other way. It taught me about myself, and it showed how much he believed in me as big brother by not handicapping me, by not giving me this, by not bringing me here, by not having me around this. He wanted to see how good I could be, and I think it was the best thing ever.
Has COVID slowed any of your training down? Stopped anything? The gyms from opening around Houston? What's that been like?
We were at the parks for about a month and a half or two when they had us shut down. But to be honest with you, man, I think working out is an essential need because it's a stress reliever. It's peace. It brings happiness to people. So it's a fine line with it, but I feel like the business has actually grown because a lot of people don't just want to sit at home and they want to do something. So I was able to get a lot of different clients, a lot of different clientele, met a lot of great people, built a lot of great relationships. So it was actually great for me. It was actually great for me.
Definitely. And I kind of want to talk about, I've always been enthused at, how you trainers and like how you guys do y'all's thing. And how do you balance a sport like basketball and football and, keep it fresh, like, because it's two different sports as far as training. How do you manage that? How do you work on that?
I mean, I keep it simple. Everybody has two legs. Everybody has two arms. You run, jump, stop, change direction. Like, a lot of people complicate it, but it's not complicated. The hardest thing for us to do as humans is the simplest things, and that's what I pride myself on with my work. I bring it back to the basics. Once we master the basics, then we will get to the advanced work. I don't really show my advanced work much because most people need the basics. And so that's what I pride myself in. All sports are really the same. It's just how complicated and how are you looking at it. Everybody has a different art and different vision of it. And that's just mine.
For sure.
Definitely. And what is it like being like a Nike trainer? I know that's something probably like you dreamed about being as a kid, like being like an Under Armour, Nike, whatever. Like, what does it feel like to be an actual Nike trainer and like to help great athletes?
I don't know. I don't get into that, man. I just like to. It's definitely a blessing to wear the Nike check across your chest and on your clothes and shoes. But I mean, that's not why I became a trainer. I feel like that's a bonus. It's a blessing. That's like the extras to the movie. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for me, it's it's a statement for the hard work that I put in,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely a opportunity that doesn't come around all the time. So I'm definitely grateful and appreciative of it. But I feel like I was supposed to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't look at it like that. So I like to. I don't know. Everybody. I don't know. I just don't see it like that.
Definitely. Very, very humble.
Yeah, bro. I really don't see. I don't look at it like that.
Right. So for those, because the field that you're in is definitely entrepreneurial, and so
Most definitely.
talk about young entrepreneurs, trying to get into the business that you're in. Can you tell them the years and the dedication that you put in? Like, how many years have you put into this thing? How much?
Next month will be 4 years for me.
Okay.
As a trainer, but the most important thing I think I can tell an up and coming trainer, somebody who wants to work with athletes, is you got to be comfortable being yourself. You once you create your program that works, that works, and you're able to provide it to the athletes to help them become better, you got to run with it. You're gonna have ups and downs throughout the process, but that's what makes the process exciting. But at the end of the day, you got to know who you are as a trainer, and you got to know who you're working with as an athlete. Not just doing it just to do it. Actually have a passion in it. People's lives on the line, people's bodies on the line, and like I said, I feel like it's an essential need. So I feel like a lot of the younger generation need to take it more serious. Of course, you can make a lot of money in it if you're good at what you do, but what's the point of making it? I don't feel the few that make a lot of money to help people, but they're really not helping. You know what I'm saying? So make your purpose be felt through what you do at the end of the day.
For sure. And we're gonna put you on the hot seat real quick. The NFL just came out with the NFL Top 100 with the number one player in the league and all that. So we wanted to ask you, who you think the number one player in the NFL is right now?
Man, that's a tough question, bro. Like, I think about when you think about all-time greats, and you start doing top 5 receivers, top 5 point guards, like you start naming guards, Kobe, Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Like Odell, Rice, like they're all different. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all different. You got so many elite people. It's hard to do a top player because it changes year to year. Because obviously Mahomes was he was obviously the most important to his team last year because they won a championship. And the year before that, you can say it was Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? So that's a hard question to ask. That's a hard question to answer. Not a hard question to ask. It's a hard question to answer because it depends on what you're looking for and what would you know what I'm saying? Like, that's hard, man.
I got you.
I can't just pick one player at all. I can't be picking one player at all.
I don't want to cut no ties.
That's true. It's true, bro. I can't really just pick one player. Like, the game, it's so up and down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'd rather build a team.
So
Okay.
before we wrap it up here, first, do you travel for the right price, or do you travel for the right person?
Excuse me?
Would you travel for the right person? Would you travel for the right price, to train around the country?
Definitely. Definitely. I travel to a lot of athletes. Most definitely, I travel.
Okay, and so how can people get a hold of you to, tap in with you to,
So my social media @s are Justin Allen _13. That is my Twitter and Instagram. And Facebook is just my first and last name, Justin Allen. We also have a website, allinsportsperformance.com.
Definitely. We definitely got to get some gear You too, man. We got to tap in with you, dog.
Most definitely, man. I'm dropping that Wednesday this week coming up. I'm going to have the link ready.
Okay.
All right, then.
Well,
So,
Justin, we appreciate it, man.
No, I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all have a good one, man.